God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
Fantastic rendition of "Oh Canada" by Skylar Cole earlier on. And we'll be back after this. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. We'll watch the Toronto Raptors in this one as they go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analysts Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. When I asked Coach J.B. Bickerstaff about Evan Mobley, he said his sole focus is, how do I help the Cleveland Cavaliers win basketball games? When you play the game with that purity of heart and then throw a skill set and intellect in, you've got a guy that impacts winning. He can do it so many different ways. Kevin?
He can. DA, he's special. And thanks for your report. And Greg, we're still very early in the season. What are these teams right now doing to maintain success through the year?
Well, this is the time for coaches to experiment with lineup combinations. And for the players, it's important they learn each other's tendencies and try and work on building chemistry.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. The defensive pair in the post, Mobley and Allen. Garland is out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Okoro in at the 3 slot. And for the Raptors, Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot, manning the middle.
And this is why guys love playing with Donovan Mitchell. Can he score it? Yes. But he loves to set his teammates up.
And Doris, hasn't it been fun watching the evolution of Jared Allen? My goodness.
It certainly has, Kevin. This guy has proven he is an all-star caliber player. We know he's a double-double machine. He prides himself on hitting the glass. Any center on any team is going to have a problem if he gets near the cup because of his shot-blocking ability.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had, taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this one.
Boy, at his size, Fred VanVleet has to be so crafty on the interior. Defense has nothing for him there.
Garland, no good.
Cannot believe he missed that one. Ooh, I'm sure he can't either.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
A minute 50 left to play here in the first. Here's Siakam. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
Now this guy continues to build his offensive skill set. Pascal Siakam with the mid-range jumper.
Garland kicks to Mitchell. And slam dunk by Allen.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. GA, it wasn't long ago that the Cavs were an afterthought in the NBA.
Well, not anymore. I mean, Cleveland has a tremendous young roster. They play some of the toughest D in the NBA, and they're only going to get better in the years to come.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shooting for Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell. Shooting 1.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. Growing up around New York City, Doris, Donovan Mitchell was around pro sports as a kid.
He sure was, Kevin. His dad obviously worked in baseball. Donovan spent a ton of time in big league locker rooms. And how about this? During the 2010 famed decision from LeBron, Mitchell was actually in the crowd listening to it.
Allen finds Rubio. It's hauled in by Achua. Toronto, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Young. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You can see how comfortable Thad Young is. Give him the ball. Let him go into attack mode.
Wade for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And that one, good. Young's got his second basket.
The prototypical I will do every piece of dirty work you have. Thad Young doing a nice job taking it off the window and scoring.
Allen's shot is off. The Raptors have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Here's Achua. Makes it off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
For 3, Mitchell. Here's Allen.
This guy works so hard on the defensive end. Scotty Barnes committed to contesting and altering shots.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Raptors lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
Please give a big round of applause.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. 3-point lead. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Sharing the wing spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Then it's Fred Van Vliet. Then it's Pascal Siakam. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Green passes to Garland. 2 points. That one goes. Garland's got his first points of the night.
Well, Danny Green excels at recognizing when his teammates have open looks and putting it on the money. Nicely done.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Here's Garland. Following the basket by Fred Van Vliet. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Garland.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
That one good for 2. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career. Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Mobley outside from deep. Fred Van Vliet grabs the miss. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter, and the layup falls. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 9 now for the Raptors. Garland the pass to Mobley. Here's Osman, and he jams it with authority.
Evan Mobley might be a big man, but boy, how about the touch on that pass right there?
Toronto, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Van Vliet, that's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
It's tipped. Now the Raptors moving it up. Guarded by Garland. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year.
Shooting for Cleveland, Darius Garland. At the line for 1.
Well, what you love is the leap that Darius Garland made in his 3rd year. Named to the 2022 All-Star team, this guy can flat out score it.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The Cavaliers with another miss. Pirtle inside. Covered by Mitchell, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his second personal.
It's his first trip to the line.
First team foul.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And Pirtle is a massive guy, someone that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks at the bucket.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played, Mitchell kicks to Wade. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And so it's the Toronto Raptors going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. With JB Bickerstaff, Coach, what will be the areas of emphasis on defense in the second half?
Well, we got to do a much better job just being physical, fighting them deep down in the post. We got to be very aggressive early, not letting them get deep post catches, make them have to kick the basketball out and not take those easy buckets.
That is doing your work early, and we'll see if you can do it in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Hey folks, getting into that first half, Fred VanVleet doing all sorts of damage.
Look, I gotta praise what he's doing, playing with power, dominant in the lane. Almost looks as good as how I did, almost.
Very generous of you to heap that praise on him, big fella. And now, let's focus on a couple of guys who have been getting it done in the first half.
They've each been fantastic tonight, playing with fire, doing just about everything. Lots of pressure on these two in the second half.
I remember being the guy on a given night. Well, for me, it was all nights.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Fred VanVleet really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Tipping off the second half, here's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5. In at small forward and power forward, it's Okoro and Mobley. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Garland. And it's Allen in at center. And Doris, looking back at last year, the Cavs far exceeded expectations.
They played beyond their years. Such a young team that played with such maturity, and that was coming off some very lean years. To me, their talent is unmistakable. Give credit to the organization for drafting well and making key trades that have really elevated this roster.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Karis LeVert has become one of the game's best slashers. He says, honestly, I just go to the front of the rim and work on different spins, getting more comfortable with both hands and finishing. Kyrie Irving did that when he was younger, and that's one of the ways he became a great finisher. Kevin, back to you.
He is a great finisher. David, thanks. He's studying the greats, and it's paying off. Chris Boucher's checked in for the Raptors.
Fred VanVleet at the line for 1.
And that one misses. In decades past, teams that led the league in threes, if they shot that same rate now, would rank Greg dead last in the NBA. So with that thought, which teams of yesteryear probably should have shot more threes?
And that's a good one, Kevin. I think you got to look back to the Run TMC Warriors, right? How about the Larry Bird Celtics? Man, they could knock down the triple.
Okoro passes to Mitchell. Mobley outside. Back to Mitchell. And Boucher sends it back.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Here's Mobley, and Mobley throws it down.
Well, Okoro is a team-first guy that wants to involve his teammates. Pretty pass there.
On the wing, Barnes shoots over Okoro. Barnes can't get it to go.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And the Raptors doors with one of the elite front offices recognized in the NBA.
And Kevin, because of that, a highly paid one as well. Remember, a recruitment battle, not just with the NBA, but English soccer to keep their leadership intact. But the track record is there to justify that top billing, no doubt about it.
The first free throw is good. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Achua, he's checked in for Siakam. Young comes in for Chris Boucher. And OG Anunoby subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Now here's Wade. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game. And it's LeVert missing.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And it's Trent off the drive, and the shot is good.
Oh, you love to see Gary Trent Jr. put it on the deck, slice through the defense off that drive. Stop it, Gary.
LeVert against Anunoby. Rubio left side. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Here's Achua. The shot from the low post is good. And now a 9-point Raptor lead. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Raptors out in front, up 9. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Cavaliers trail by 9. We've got Chris Boucher and VanVleet out there with Anunoby. Then there's Pirtle, and it's Barnes in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Well, this is why you get the ball into Donovan Mitchell's hands as often as possible. 3-level scorer, ready on the catch, beautiful. Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
LeVert with a wide open look, and the 3 off target.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Boucher's shot is off. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Toronto?
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the dribble all game long, and thus far, it's paying off.
They've also made a concerted effort to get the ball down low. Many of their points coming in that painted area tonight.
Siakam is checked in for Chris Boucher. A switch here also for Cleveland. Garland's checked in. Toronto leading by 6. And stolen by Mobley.
2 minutes remaining in regulation time.
Fires from deep. Drains the 3-pointer.
Boy, everyone seems to want a 3-point shot now. Clearly something Evan Mobley is working towards.
Here's Pirtle, and the Raptors miss again.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Mobley wide open. And then Allen slams it in.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
It took a shift in strategy, but it seems like they figured it out. Let's see if they can extend this run all the way to the finish.
Eddie Osman, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, I was able to listen in to what Nick Nurse told his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. I want you full speed, guys.
Thanks so much, David. Now, Pirtle, after Darius Garland missing on that last three-pointer. And Van Vliet, here we go. And he banks in the layup. And the Raptors lead by 5.
And how about the leadership there from Van Vliet? Ready to put this team on his back and give them that crucial bucket.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're down by 5. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter, and Toronto making a change here. Trent's checked in. Okoro's checked in for the Cavaliers. Mitchell is double. Garland dishes to Mitchell. Allen a screen on Trent, and here's Mitchell from the arc. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Pirtle, guarded by Garland. So they foul intentionally.
The second personal foul. First team foul.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
Isaac Okoro. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Toronto. Jakob Poeltl. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
Absolutely fearless is Darius Garland. Clutch shot, no problem.
That's his third personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Toronto.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5.
At the line for 2.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're behind by 6. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Mobley the pass to Garland. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for your Raptors.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Boy, the evolution of Pascal Siakam has been such a pleasure to watch. The work ethic is commendable, and he's learning how to be a leader, guys.
Disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Good on the shot. And the Raptors lead by 10.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. As we leave you with our New Balance Player of the Game, Fred VanVleet.